back to another episode of Organizing Tune-Ups with your host, Jessica Littman, the Organized Mama, where we break down big organizing concepts into small, bite-sized chunks you can do in your home every day for 5 to 15 minutes. Okay, this week's episode is all about organizing kids, and we are covering teenagers and adolescents. So this is kind of like middle school through high school, possibly college, depending on your kiddo. Last week's episode was all about organizing kids toddler to elementary, so you can listen to that in the last episode. But today we are covering the teenage, preteen years, all of those fun ages. So last week we talked about how organizing kids, you got to start as soon as you possibly can. And if this is the earliest you are starting, fantastic for you. You are already setting your kids up for success because you are starting to teach them organizing skills before they're even ready to leave the house. So this is huge. And one of the biggest things is you have to let your preteen, teenager, adolescent, you have to let them take way more ownership of their organizing, of their space. So what I've seen a lot is people like moms come in and just kind of like take over. They clean, they put away the clothes, they fold all the clothes, they do the kids' laundry, they do all of these things for them, which then by the time they go to college, they don't know how to do their own laundry or fold clothes or really even like some basic organizing things like picking things up off the floor or keeping a drawer organized. I've seen this quite a bit in quite a few clients that I've had, and because of that, I really want to emphasize on having these conversations with your teenager now. So start by saying, asking questions. Don't demand things from them. You're going to get a much better conversation by asking, do you feel that your room is organized? What about your room is organized? What are there areas of your room that you want to get more organized? Do you feel like you're getting a good night's sleep? Do you feel like you are able to find what you need when you need it? By starting the conversation with those basic questions, you're going to get insight as to how your teenager's brain is thinking about the space that they live in. Because this really is kind of like their first quote-unquote apartment. Now, it's not totally an apartment, I know that. But you really want to start thinking that this is their space and they need to start learning some of these basic skills so that they can grow into figuring out what will work for them later on in life. So once you kind of get a baseline of where they are with their organizing process, some kids might be like, no, it's totally fine and I am completely content with the way it is. But that space makes you uncomfortable. I have a couple of things that you can do. I had a client with teenagers who just could care less that there were clothes on the floor. They didn't really care if stuff was on their desk. They didn't mind that their bed wasn't made. That's just how they were functioning at that time. The mom was very upset by all of this, and it really bothered her when she would look into the kids' rooms. So we came up with a plan that the child's door, the teenager's door, had to open and close easily. Like there's nothing in front of the door, but that when the teenager left the room, the door had to be closed because then the mom couldn't see inside the room, which then didn't give her the stress and anxiety she had every time she looked in the teenager's room. When she wasn't able to open and close the door easily, that's when the teenager had to clean up the room. So the teenager quickly learned keeping things on the floor wasn't always the best option. So she started picking things up off the floor without the mom having to say anything, just by that one simple rule. I don't care that you have clothes on the floor. I don't care that you have stuff on your desk. The door has to open and close easily. And then when that started to become an issue, she had to clean up her room. She couldn't go and hang out with her friends. She couldn't have friends over until that was fixed and corrected. So the teenager just automatically learned, well, if I just keep stuff off my floor always, then I never have to worry about it. And this helped the mom because it alleviated a lot of the stress because clothes weren't on the floor. She didn't have to worry about looking at all of that. And it was a great compromise between the two of them. But it started by asking some questions and then having the mom really look at what was bothering her and then how she could compromise with her teen to fix that. So using different options with your teen to kind of make both of you happy is going to help them succeed in organizing. Now, another thing is teaching them how to do laundry. Like, this is a big, big thing. It's a big conversation, and I am a big proponent of teaching kids how to do laundry much earlier than I think most people are because, embarrassing story, I went to college not knowing how to do laundry. I waited over a month to do laundry and then went down to the laundry room in my college dorm and cried on the phone to my mom, who had to walk me through how to do laundry. It was the most embarrassing thing. I'm 18 years old and I don't know how to do laundry. So it's one thing that I am very much passionate about because I don't want any other kid to have to feel like, oh my God, I have to call my mom, I don't know how to do laundry, and really feel like you slack at life. Like, I just felt like such a failure because I didn't know how to do laundry. It's something so silly, but something that's so easy that you can teach your kids now how to do laundry. And then once they do laundry, they can be responsible for putting it away, which is why I always suggest 2 laundry baskets, a clean clothes and a dirty clothes. This will help with the teenager who might not put away their clothes right away, because let's be honest, how many of you actually put away your clothes daily? Or like right after you do it, because we really don't do that. Usually I do laundry on Saturday and then we put it away on Sunday. So having 2 laundry baskets for them, different size, shape, color, whatever, so they know one is dirty, one is clean, won't get things mixed up. So have those conversations with your kids and come up with a compromise that both of you can handle, and then kind of take a step back and always ask the question, do you want a suggestion on a way to keep something organized? Would you like to try X product? Would you like to do this? And see what they say. If they say no, then don't impose. But if they say yes or they're curious about it, go ahead and try it with them. See how it works. Talk the process through. Just like what I'm doing with you. I'm asking you questions about how you think about organizing, where would make the most sense to put things. Those are the conversations you want to have with your teen so that they can start learning some of these basic principles on how to declutter, like remove things that do not work in the space, and find things that actually work for them. All right, I'll see you in the next one.